The debate over the new Iranian nuclear deal is heating up pretty rapidly here in Washington, and President Obama tried passionately and in an animated way to defend the deal at a press conference at the White House on Wednesday. Most of the controversy is obviously over the question of whether this deal does the job it's supposed to do to stop Iran from moving toward a nuclear weapon. But the critics are also coming up with a second line of attack on the deal, which is that by offering sanctions relief, the Iranians will immediately get $100 billion in cash, which they can spend to both arm themselves and to send more arms to their terrorist allies in Hamas and Hezbollah, and that over time the agreement allows for the lifting of an arms embargo against the Iranians over a 5-year period, and that too will build Iran's conventional strength. President Obama tried to counter both of those arguments at his press conference, saying on the sanctions relief essentially that the sanctions are going to be lifted eventually anyway, we're going to have to deal with this question at some point, and by saying there are other ways to stop arms from being transshipped from Iran to Hamas and Hezbollah. We've used those international mechanisms before, we'll have to use them again, but also to say essentially we all need to recognize a continuing threat from Iran in other areas, and we need to have a kind of a containment strategy, us and our allies, to deal with that. That leads to the ultimate irony in this deal, which is that while Israel and the Persian Gulf states are not happy with this deal, it may push them closer to the U.S. at the same time, because the best way to counter Iran is to have agreed security arrangements and, yes, maybe even some more military supplies of their own from the U.S. as they deal with the Iran that emerges from a nuclear agreement.